Welcome everybody to the final episode of A Link to the Past. In this episode I'm going to be doing the Palace of the Four Swords, which is only available in the Game Boy Advance version of the game if you have completed the Four Swords game that comes along with it. And so let's just not waste any more time. Let me head straight there. And it's at the pyramid near the final boss fight, so let me head up there in terms of the Dark World equivalent. And we will get started. So it's a fairly tough dungeon, but I have been practicing for... Let me look at the clock here. Alright, nobody laugh. I have been doing this for about 11 hours because I want it to be a very clean run. I don't want to take much damage. I want to make sure everything looks clean. And it's just a fun challenge for myself trying to do this without damage, so there you go. Here's the Palace of the Four Sword. Hey, I'll tell you a profitable story if you pay me 20 rupees. How about it? Hey, thanks. Actually, this place here is precisely for heroes like you. I bet you can get through it, but it will take everything you've got. Yeah, I had the day off and I was like, man, it'll be fun to kind of try to do this without damage, but you gotta defeat 4 bosses here to open up the final area. And really, it's not too bad. It's like a mini dungeon. This room is tricky. It's all about timing, though. I've mastered the timing here. You want to swim as these little cannonballs are going up, and then dive down here. Perfect, and you're through. That's it. Not too bad if you know the timing. And here I already got one of the boss, and this is like an enhanced version of Argus. The most difficult part of this boss fight is making sure you don't swing your sword at the little jellyfish when they're electrified. You just gotta wait a little extra second to make sure they're not shocked before you swing your sword. Otherwise, it's actually a pretty easy fight. Trying to concentrate here, but yeah, I find this first phase of the fight to be more difficult than the second one when he's like just flying around all over the place. Because as long as you hold a sword charge, then he really can't damage you. As you will see soon. Now let me pull this guy back in. I always like to keep my distance between me and the boss. As you can see, I want to be far away. I don't want to leave anything to chance. No, thank you. Alright. One more. Just gotta be patient because of the electricity. Alright, here you go. So yeah, I'll just hold the charge here, and you can see that it kind of protects you. Even if he runs into you, at the right angle, your sword just hits him if you're holding a charge. So, really not too bad. The main thing is just not letting him fall on top of you. Couple more swings out to do it. Maybe not. There you go. As you can see, he was about to hit me from behind, but because I was holding a sword charge, it protected me and hit him, so that's why I find that second phase to be easy. So here is a sword. Did I really say sword? I did say sword. I keep saying that. I keep saying sword instead of sword. Why do I have such a hard time saying that word? I don't know. But anyways, as the name of the dungeon implies, you need to get 4 swords, and then you can finally access the final region here. This room is super easy. You don't even need to light these torches. There's just a few likes here. And you're already through. Not bad at all. And this room can be a little tricky, but this is how I like to do it. There's a switch right here, and then I can use my wand here, the Cane of Samaria, to throw this block on there. And then I can destroy this skull so I can hook shot over to the other side. can also use the Pegasus boots here and bump on over there, but oh well, this is fine. Nice red rupee. Get rid of some of these keys here. Be careful. We don't want to get hit by a keys this far in. Then Pegasus boots across the ledge. Perfect. And into the next boss. Oh, Link. I didn't want you involved in this. I told you not to leave home. You must rescue Princess Zelda. You are the princesses. So of course it's blind again. This is an enhanced version of blind. It's actually a pretty fun fight. I don't find this one to be that hard at all, actually. I'll be surprised if I take any damage here. So you fight him, and then his head comes out, and you basically have to volley his head onto the body. Kind of like a tennis match. And it basically hits him. And every time you do that, the number of heads increases all the way up to 3. So now I gotta deflect these 2 heads onto his body, and you just gotta line up the angle. There you go. So it's pretty easy. And you can just hit him with the sword beam, and he releases the head. So this is really already the final part. It's just 3. And as soon as I volley all of them on his body, it's over. It's all about finding the right angle. There you go. I find that probably to be the easiest boss in the dungeon, in my opinion. But once you defeat him, you get the purple sword. There you go. 2 down, 2 to go. I know I want to fight these guys. You don't need to. Alright, let me go down here. Exciting. This room's not so bad either. You gotta light the torches and kill all the enemies. That way the way forward appears. I'm just gonna use my sword beam and keep a distance. Just destroy them that way. Get that guy. And there you go. Now these little stairs wouldn't be here unless I killed all the enemies. This is the hardest part of the whole dungeon. Oh my god, getting on the stairs from an icy floor. And this room's a little bit of a puzzle, but I'll show you how I like to do it. I like to hook shot on up here. And there's a little switch you gotta press. It's at that skull on the bottom left, but let me try and kill some of the enemies here. Really, that little guy's gonna survive? That's fine. I don't want to step on the tiles because that will mess everything up, so I'm gonna use my Cane of Samaria again. And just press the switch that way. There you go. The way forward is open. And then this one, you just kind of have to time things. You open this switch, that way the path below is open. But then I'm going to leave a block up there. You'll see why pretty soon. Let me kill this guy. I'm not going to bother. So if I hadn't pressed the switch, this path would be blocked, and then I can use my block to open the switch and go on to the next boss. So this is an enhanced version of Mothula, and this is pretty challenging. One of the 3 is the one you actually have to hit, otherwise the other ones just turn into a bunch of little bees, and this fight can go on indefinitely if you're not hitting the right one. So, just gotta be careful and avoid everything. And I have practiced this a lot, so hopefully I don't get hit. Whenever the little bees come out, I just like to spam my sword. You can see you're hitting the right one because it doesn't die right away and turn into bees. So ideally, that's the one you want to be hitting. See, like, I hit both the wrong ones there. And the real one just respawns his 2 buddies. So yeah, I want to get that top left one. Oh man, that was almost really bad. I got blocked into a corner there. So yeah, that's the one I want to hit. Once you find the right one, ideally you don't want to hit any of the other ones, but sometimes it's hard to avoid. The ideal strategy is to find the right one, kill one of the fake ones, and only leave one of the other fake ones alive so he doesn't respawn it. That way you're only dealing with 2. But you can see Mothula takes a lot of damage. Let me do a spin attack. Thought maybe that would have killed him, but not. Hopefully, only a few more hits ought to do him in. Feels like I've been fighting him forever. My goodness. Oh, so his buddies are gone now. It's only him. Interesting. That hasn't happened before. Maybe if you killed them enough times, they disappear. Alright. So here is the blue sword. 3 down, 1 to go. Let's do it. On to the hardest boss fight here. At least in my opinion. So I gotta kill all the enemies in this room, but the floor collapses. So just gotta be careful here. I'm gonna play it safe. Really, I could have just... oh well. So I gotta kill that guy. And there you go. Not bad. And then I can use my Pegasus boots to dump across, but... grab some arrows first. This room's kind of annoying just because it's... the puzzle's not hard, but it's just a matter of getting it done. Let me kill this little guy. And then I can use a Cane of Samaria here to line up a shot with that block to open my way forward. As you can see, there's a little conveyor belt. So there you go. Alright, this fight is a little tough. This is the Helmasaur King again. The main reason I find this difficult is because the room is so small and it's got the little blade traps on the edges, so I don't have that much room to move and avoid attacks. So I gotta be very careful. Now, besides the hammer, you can also use bombs on the mask, but because the room is so small, I find that it's just easier to take damage if you're throwing bombs on top of trying to dodge all this stuff. I'm gonna try to keep my distance from him most of the time, because every once in a while, he'll just unpredictably run forward and try to smash you. And the best way to avoid that is just to keep your distance. So just when you think you're done with him, let me do a spin slash. He respawns his mask and you gotta do it all over again. So yeah, it's like a two-phase thing. Okay. Oh, this is... alright, turned out okay. Thought I was screwed there. I'm worried he's gonna charge up on me, man. It's such a tense thing. I just have a... you want to go up and hit him, but you always get the feeling that he's gonna run right as you go. This is bad. Alright, that turned out okay. Okay. And then now when this happens, you gotta shoot a silver arrow in his eye. It's kind of hard to line up because he moves around so much, but... alright, that's it. Not so bad. Not too bad. Very cool. So now we finally have access to the final sword, the red sword. So with all 4 swords retrieved, it is time to fight the final boss. There you go. The way is open. And here you can use your ether spell to see that there's an invisible path, but since I know it's there, I'm just gonna run right through it. And here we go. So you fight 4 links, 1 for each sword, and they're kind of like little Shadow Link fights. I don't find them to be that hard, honestly. People really struggle with this fight, but as long as you're constantly moving and playing with different angles, as you can see, I try to come at him from an angle or wait until he uses the Pegasus shoes and hits himself. Yeah, usually this is just the best way to do it. Get him to use the Pegasus shoes and run into the wall. Now some of these other ones, their attacks are increased. Like they'll do spin attacks. But again, I really don't find it that hard as long as you're constantly moving, coming at them from an angle and trying to trick them into doing either the spin attack or the Pegasus shoes. That way they're vulnerable for a second after that and you can hit them. There you go. Always keep your distance though. And you can manipulate their movement by just swinging your sword. Even if you're not going to hit them, you can kind of change what they're doing by swinging your sword. Alright. Each one is harder than the previous, by the way, if you haven't noticed. Okay. Blue one. Now he'll do like a downward thrust attack on you. I don't know if I can get him to do it here, but those are pretty... There we go. Yeah, easy to dodge. Just get out of the way, and then he's vulnerable for like half a second so you can hit him. And you should be almost dead here. Yeah, always moving, always swinging, always trying to come at an angle, and trying to bait him into doing these special attacks, because then he becomes vulnerable. Alright, blue Link down, the final one. Purple Link, the hardest of the four, but still not too bad. Same strategy for all four. Movement, angles, and baiting into those attacks. Yeah, once you're used to this fight and you've practiced it as much as I have, I really don't find it hard. I really do find the Helmasaur King to be the hardest one in the whole dungeon. If you're trying not to get damaged, of course. If you don't care about damage, then this is probably the hardest one, because if these guys do hit you, it takes a lot of hearts. Okay. Little purple Link. It's getting a little tense. That little firebolt is probably the hardest thing to dodge because it's very unpredictable, so sometimes you just get unlucky with it. You should be dead here. Come on now. How many more times do I gotta hit him? There we go. So that's it. That is the end of the Four-Sword Palace, and if you do this, you unlock a secret ending. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. Do enjoy the ending. Towards the end of this credits, you're gonna see some statistics, like how many enemies I killed, how many times I used each item. And unfortunately, this is not accurate for our playthrough because, like I said, I had to go back and make a file to play through the Four Swords game on my emulator here. And so all the statistics that you're going to see do not actually reflect the playthrough. But besides that, enjoy the ending. I hope you enjoyed the series. And I am going to continue playing every Zelda game to 100% completion. Next up is Link's Awakening, so be on the lookout for that. And see you then.